Oh,
if
Jesus
you
Christ.
are picking up, oh my God, I'm shaking my table. I don't give a fuck. If you are picking up what we are putting down, buy the fucking trilogy. I'm telling you, I walk you through it step by step for the love of fucking God. Where are you people? Do it. It's awesome. We're shedding our masks and breaking down walls. Hell, we may even drop our drawers. That's right. We're Going Commando with Angela and Dana. Hi, my name is Dana Sardano, and this is Angela DeMarco, and we are Going Commando. Going Commando is a little show that we put together because we understand the importance of authenticity. We understand the importance of being who you are, embracing that, bringing it to the world. And we do that, and we hope by doing so, we give you permission to do the same. So thank you for joining us, and good morning, Miss Angela.
Good morning, Danny. Good morning. Good morning. It's really weird to say good morning to each other because we just did like an hour preamble before the show. So sorry about that, guys. But anyway, good morning, Dana. How you doing today, girl?
Oh, good to see you. Good to see you.
Thanks. Let's pretend we didn't talk for an hour.
Oh my God. Well, we get excited. We get excited, especially when the weekends go by and we don't speak all weekend. You know what I mean? There's a lot to talk about. And we always say, oh, we should just get started, but we don't. But we don't.
I know. And you know, this weekend, I'm not going to get into details just because it doesn't matter, but I had such like a thing this weekend, like such a thing. Like a Saturday, I think it was Saturday, I just had like this whole epiphany thing. And then Saturday night, I was putting Christian to bed and I had like an awful stomach ache, awful. Like I thought it was period cramps mixed with gas. And it was awful, like to the point where I was crying. It hurt so bad. I was like, oh my God, do I have to go to the hospital? What do I do with Christian? How does this work? Like I literally was contemplating all of that. And you remember we were talking about, I don't remember what episode it was, but you were talking about how you kind of like breathe into the pain and just like, instead of resisting it, right? Because I'm like all clenched up and I'm like, this hurts and I'm crying. And so I got a heating pad and I was like breathing and relaxing as best as I could. And it started to subside. So I knew it wasn't serious because it wouldn't subside if it was serious, right? If it was like a constant thing. So I kept an eye on it. I took a gas X. It helped a little.
A little gassy.
But the pain was directly correlated to the thing that I was going through. Like it was all root and sacral chakra stuff that I had like this like huge thing I needed to release. And I cried and I got it all out of my system and I passed out and I woke up the next day and I was like, okay, now I have some understanding of what happened last night. Went through the day and then I came home with Christian. We had all these errands to run. Came home at like 3:30. And I was like, dude, you need to go dude, bro, listen, kid, he's 6. You need to go in your room and hang out because mommy needs some serious downtime. Like I need to take a nap. Like I got hit off big time. And then he was like calling me lazy. He's like, you're so lazy. I'm like, whoa.
So that's a trigger for me too. Lazy. I'm fucking lazy.
I was like, this anyway, but so then I made dinner and we ate dinner and I felt better. Obviously food heals all things, especially when it's home cooking and hanging out with the kids. And I just decided I was going to go to sleep at 9:00 last night with him. So I put him down and he was like all like chatty. I'm like, well, you go to sleep. I need to go to sleep. And I took like 2 Advil PMs just to make sure that I slept through the night. And I slept like a rock star until 7 a.m. And I went to the beach this morning and I'm fucking rejuvenated.
Nice.
But it's like, you know, like I knew that I needed some alone time because I didn't have him I think that's why I got so tired because I really wanted to think about what I was going through on Saturday night and like really think about it, make sure I got it, you know, integrated it, all that stuff. And I didn't have that space to do it with my kids, even if they're not in the same room, their energy is still here. So it's hard to be alone. And then the minute I go to the beach, I'm like, oh, like the beach is my spot. It's my church. And now I feel so much better.
Oh,
so thank you for letting me rant on that.
Oh, dude, of course. You know, we always joke how I'm always like, I say outside. But what you need to realize, or what people need to realize, is I'm facing the preserves. So
it's beautiful.
The reserve, did I just say preserve? Whatever. So preserves, right?
The preserves, yeah, because you can't build there, so it's preserved.
Yeah. Right? Yeah. I don't know why. I was like, was it reserved? No, it's preserves. Okay, we could do this for an hour. I'm facing a bunch of trees, and my neighbors on each side, they don't really go outside, so I'm like really kind of like surrounded by trees, and I sit out there and I listen to the birds and I watch the bunnies, and That's my church. Like, I'm like all about the nature, like I want to live on a lake. I love the ocean. Don't misunderstand me. I grew up in the Jersey Shore, but I'm like a lake person. I'm like mossy rocks, canopy trees and shit like that. And it really, it changes everything. And the fact that I do it every day, I start my day with that kind of clarity. It's awesome. And, I didn't think that you and I were going to like talk about, I'm about to bring something up that I just want to like glaze over, because we mostly talk about personal empowerment. We don't really talk about like crazy woo-woo stuff. But for those of you who understand what's going on, there is a lot of chaotic, turbulent energy going on in the world. And this turbulent energy, and there's a reason I'm bringing this up. This turbulent energy is coming from the sun. It's coming from, we've got solar flares, CMEs, there's all sorts of craziness going on. And also we as human beings, we have whatever dense energy that we carry within us from traumas, old beliefs, things that don't serve us, that wants to come up and out. So the higher the frequency this energy comes in, and the higher the frequency, the earth, because it's coming from the earth as well, this earth's elevation, we are being forced to release things that aren't in alignment with that energy. And that is going on for all of us, whether you know it or not. So now look around, look at even the natural disasters, look at the chaos in our systems crumbling, look at your individual microcosm, look at your people. Look at your people, look at your relationships, look at your job. All this shit is going south. And we think that's just the way things are. But it's our discomfort in our bodies because of the things that need to come up and out. So it's more important now than ever for us to look at our stuff and to release it as much as we can. Angela and myself, we make it a practice because we understand. So now that you understand what's happening, be aware of what's going on around you and be aware of your pains and your aches and your frustrations and all of those things, and look at them now more than ever. And with that said, the title of this episode.
Wait, no, I gotta comment on that. I'm sorry, you can go title in a second, but I gotta
go title in a second.
So I did something on Friday night that I knew was going to bring up something for me. I said, I'm going to go out with this person. It's going to be a mirror because there's something I need to learn about. There's something I need to let go of. There's something I need to learn. This is why I need to see this person tonight. And on Saturday, I had the awful stomach pain because I didn't know what it was yet. And then the thing revealed itself to me when I understood what it was. And now, okay, so there's the awareness. So first of all, there's like I'm knowing things are a mirror. Then there was the physical pain because I didn't get it. So it was like, it came up in another way. It's like, no, pay attention. Don't just gloss over it. It wasn't just fun. Like, Yeah. And then I figured out the best way I could to sit with it and understand it until it made sense. And I released it. And now that whole situation is resolved itself because it's caught an old belief and I got rid of it and I transmuted it. So now everything is peaceful and harmonious in my world again. Had I not paid attention to it and did the things and followed the old patterns, then it would remain chaotic and just uncomfortable and all the things. But because I put it to rest and understood it, so like I had to resist the urge to do my old patterns, just like controlling the situation. I had to, and I had to talk myself out of it. At one point, I literally had my phone like this, and Christian comes in, he goes, "Hey, can you show me something on your phone?" I was like, "Okay." I'll just put that over there. So it's really, I've learned that if I don't pay attention to these things and handle them in real time, the discomfort gets greater. But if I handle them in real time, the peace is fucking phenomenal. Now you can talk about your title.
Yeah. Well, before we get to the title, you know what? We're going to close the episode with, by the way, the title of this episode is, because all of this is embodies the title. But we talk about this all the time, that we distract ourselves, we numb ourselves, we rely on old coping mechanisms. We do all of these things to ignore what that either the emotional guidance is telling us or the physical guidance is telling us. And in your case, it was physical. Your body was like, "Hey,
Yes.
And a previous version of you would have been like, oh my God, you did take gas X, but would be like, oh my God, I need to take something. Oh my God, I need to go to the doctor. You wouldn't have breathed through it. You would have resisted it. You would have, but we do this with everything. And what we're doing is we're digging a hole of things that don't serve us. And then later, when we finally decide, when we hit our rock bottom, or when we have that heart attack, or when we find out that we have a terminal disease or whatever it is, and then we do decide to change our ways, now we got to go and dig all that shit out of the hole before we have a baseline to handle things in real time.
Yeah.
So I have watched you dig the shit out of the hole that you had buried all those years. Over the last 4 or 5 years, I've watched you do it. I did it. And so now when shit comes our way, it's like, ooh, why do I have and ooh, that gave me the ick, and oh, why can't, and then it's easy. It goes right. That's the pendulum we talk about all the time, right?
It's so good. I wish everyone knew how to do this. Fucking their lives would be so happy.
Oh my God. This is like...
This is the secret. This is the fucking secret.
This is the secret. But the only difference between this...
It's not a secret, dummies.
Dude, hey, listen. It was a secret to us at one point too. So compassion. We carry compassion.
All right.
But in the 90s, I talk about this in The Woo Was You. In the 90s, Rhonda Byrne came out with the book The Secret. And, oh my God, believe, receive, and law of attraction, and all these things were falling out of everybody's mouths. But what happens is shit gets convoluted, and people try to put everything on a bumper sticker or a poster, and then people, like, they do the things, everything at surface level, like 5 simple steps to blah blah. They do this, and then they get mad that they don't get the results that they want to get, and then the secret is bullshit. And the secret is not bullshit. It's the real deal. And everything that we talk about, and I'm just going to do a real quick book plug. If you are picking up, getting closer.
Oh,
if
Jesus
you
Christ.
are picking up, oh my God, I'm shaking my table. I don't give a fuck. If you are picking up what we are putting down, buy the fucking trilogy. I'm telling you, I walk you through it step by step for the love of fucking God. Where are you people? Do it. It's awesome. I want what I'm having.
It's awesome,
Okay.
dudes. It's awesome. It's awesome. Just fucking get your shit together. Buy the fucking trilogy. Phenom-publishing.com.
Oh my God. What is that? So the title of this episode...
Off the rails.
Oh my God. And I'm going to actually read the blurb that goes with it because I think it's really, really important. So it's nothing is outside of you. Okay. But this is a little blurb that I wrote. You create your own reality, and you do this through thoughts, beliefs, and actions. When you become the master of your thoughts and your beliefs and your actions, your exterior world will reflect that mastery. Period. Punto. End of story.
What's a punto?
It's period in Espanol.
Ah, sí, grazie. I fucking mix it all together. Yes. Okay, so we finally got to what the episode's all about.
This.
but it's true though. So I as my story from Friday to today, from going out on Friday night to the beach this morning, I went from knowing what I was doing, but like in the moment, understood what I was doing, like resorted to old coping mechanisms, had the pain, had the thought, had the reaction, had the thought process, had the transmutation, and I feel better. And today, if I could tell you how different I feel, nothing has changed in my situation. The bank account's not any different from yesterday to today. Nothing is different, but the peace I feel, my reality, the excitement that I have for what's coming is much different. Yesterday, I was like, everything sucks and I'm tired and meh.
Yeah. You in general are definitely the center point for everything. And that's what I mean when I say nothing is outside of you. So when you handle your shit, then everything else, you make space for the things that you want to come your way. And I always think about, like, when I think about how, like, we are the center of it. Right before I got pregnant with Nala, I had Nala in 2009. I had Yayan in 2011. Right before I got pregnant with Nala, I was in my late 30s. I was like in the best shape of my life. awesome, kickboxing, running the whole nine, right? Then I got pregnant with Nala, and we know what happens. And I was, and I blew up like a balloon. I was
we
like,
know what happens.
well, you know what happens? You blow up like a balloon.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. No, I blew up like a tick when I had Nala, because for the first time I was like, I can eat whatever I want. I was like Dairy Queen for everybody. Oh yeah, it's crazy. But anyway, so I blew up like a balloon. And then after I had her, I had to drop the weight, obviously. But I remember every time I go to the doctor, when I was pregnant with her, remember I had like mental issues, like with like my weight and my body image and stuff like that. So every time I go to the doctor and get on the scale, I would see the numbers go up, and I was always like, oh, I knew I was pregnant, but I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I've never weighed that much before. Oh my God, I can't believe I never weighed that much before. And I really beat myself up about it, even though I was pregnant. After I had Nala, and then you go back to the doctor and they check on you, I watched my weight go down. And I remember one number in particular, I will not share, but I remember one number in particular that when I hit that number going up, I was like, oh my God, I'm an ogre. It's the worst. I'm the blah, 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 blah. But when I hit that same number going down, I was like, oh, I'm so fucking sexy. Look how thin I am. Oh my God, I'm going to go put my swimsuit on right now. I'm running around. Like, it was crazy. And nothing was different other than my perspective of what that was. And I really think about that a lot, because I think so many of us are so focused on how the exterior circumstances are affecting them. Mm-hmm. And when you really get this, oh my God, fucking broken record hour. But when you get this straight, not only do you perceive the external circumstances differently, but they truly do change, because there is an energetic frequency that you match. You, Angela, you and I have been working towards this thing, right? We don't have to get into that. It's working towards this thing. And every time we think that there's a break, another break, because we have many breaks along the way, but another break with this thing, we're like, I don't understand. But really, the energy that you carried of having to make it happen, that energy, it was not in alignment with somebody finding us, somebody that we need finding us to go next level, right? Yeah. So when you clear out that energy of I have to pursue, and then lean back and not sit on your laurels, but like understand what you have to offer. Now it's like trying to get I talk about this all the time, trying to get the pool noodle to you in the pool. And then every time, like, you're trying to, like, get the water over to you, and then, like, you know, like, the floaty comes, you're like, no, get out of the way. And you get that out of the way, and then you're trying to get it, and then, like, you know, the basketball, get out of the way. And then finally, you had to clear all of that out to make space for the energy of what you actually want. And that looks differently for everybody. Joy, abundance, peace, whatever it is. And we know what it is for you, and what it is for me, and what it is for the both of us as a partnership. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally. It makes me think of, like, Trader Joe's, they're all over the place, right? Trader Joe's is able to offer lower priced, awesome stuff because they don't put any money into marketing and advertising. They put it all into the store, all into the product, and they simply exist. And people just go to Trader Joe's because they know how awesome it is. They know they can get good prices, organic, all the things, right? And it feels good to shop there, but they're not advertising shit. It is all just word about, they just exist. And then you have like Whole Foods, and they're sending out flyers, and they're sponsoring shit, and they're like a brand that's out there trying to attract, and they're doing all this store science stuff so that like you walk in and you feel like the flowers, store science, like shopper experience, marketing or whatever. And it's just like, I'm like the trader. I feel like now I understand that I'm the Trader Joe's of grocery stores. And I'm just going to exist. I have like awesome shit to offer. People will come if they want to come. That's what she said. They will.
I missed an opportunity.
I know.
I was so focused on your message.
I was like waiting. That's what she said, Dana. That's what she said. But that's kind of like, that's how I feel now, though. And I didn't feel that way. I felt like I always had to push and advertise and blah, 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 blah. I remember I did that website for my friend Jeremy. And it was like he called me at like 2:00 on a Saturday, on a Thursday or Tuesday, whatever the fuck day it was. And he was like, listen, I need a website. I'm launching this thing tomorrow. So-and-so who's going to do it is sick. And I was like, yeah, on it. I was like, so they had everything for me. And while I'm taking care of Christian and doing all the momming things, I built him an entire landing page. He went to bed sick. He woke up the next morning and he was like, holy shit, He's like, he called me a Ferrari in the closet. He's like, you're like a fucking Ferrari in the closet. Why don't people know this is what you do? Now, I don't market my skills as much, but I am a fucking Ferrari. And I'm sick of being in the closet, but I'm now going to be in the garage with the door open. Hey, come check me out. Like you with your painting. You know, like
Yeah.
I'm just, I am so tired of that chase. And I'm so glad that it is not part of my world anymore. And now I'm just sitting. So anybody want to sponsor us, whatever you want to do. No,
Yeah, no,
seriously.
really, it comes down to just knowing your worth. That's
Mhm.
all it comes down to, is knowing your worth. And when you know your worth, you don't have to chase anything because you know your worth. And that goes from teenage girls with their boyfriends to grown women with their entrepreneurship. And that's
Yep.
it.
Yep. That's it. That's that. So knowing your worth, have good thoughts about the reality you want to create, you know? And if there's
Yep.
stuff getting in your way, clear all that shit out of the pool so you can get to your pool noodle.
100%. 100%.
Oh my
So you
God.
got anything you want to do a little wrap up for us?
I'll do a little wrap up for you. Thanks for listening to our spiel. We are passionate about this because
A little bit.
our,
A little bit.
a little bit. Like our lives have just completely changed, and it is the best way to exist. We're happy, we're peaceful, even amongst chaos, even amongst the things that would have crippled me in the past, like money and stuff like that. It's just a better way to exist for humans. So, with that, the season has been about the woo is you, meaning like you think all this stuff is outside yourself, right? But no, like Dana's talking about your reality is inside you, that you are the creator. The woo, all the things that you feel, manifestation, all those things are all inside you. It's all about doing the inner work, getting aligned. And you can do that by picking up the 10 Rex trilogy. 10 Rex trilogy started with 10 recommendments for personal empowerment, Dana's first book. And it's all the groundwork about getting your head out of your ass and understanding what the fuck we're talking about, our mouth sounds. And then there's Decoding the Woo Woo, which is about like, okay, now that you've kind of gotten your stuff straight out, and then you can like talking about manifestation and what it all means and the secret and all those things. And then the Woo is you is like calculus. It's really like, let's get down to work and become the best, happiest, most grounded, most joyful human that you can, because that's why we're here to exist, is have fun. So with that, please go to phenom-publishing.com. We have a special offer where you can get all 3 books for $30, and Dana, the paperbacks, and Dana will sign them and send them off to you. Get it. We have them available as audiobooks, ebooks. I mean, any way for you to get this information. Seriously, please. The ebook is, if you have Kindle Unlimited, the ebooks are free. So what do you have to lose? Or it's $2.99. It's less than a fucking coffee at Starbucks to get an ebook. Like,
We don't beg. We just present.
I'm just saying. I'm not asking for sales for us.
What the fuck? Check your pockets right now. I guarantee you have it in change in there. Buy the fuck.
No, this is me like getting rid of everybody's excuses, like for themselves. Right. This is not about begging. Yeah. What am I gonna do with fucking $2.99? Seriously, Kindle gets it. We don't. Fucking please do this. Anyway. Yeah, fucking no, we like it. All right. So anyway, go to the title of this episode is. No, I'm just kidding. So go to phenom-publishing.com. It's in the show notes. Follow Dana on Instagram. Follow Phenom on Instagram. It's in the show notes. You know, just stay fresh, cheese bags. On to Dana's nugs.
Well, if you've stuck with us this long. So here's the thing, you know, we've talked about all of these things about having to look at your stuff, about the energy coming in, all these things to get what you want. Really, there's really an underlying tone of manifestation. But at the end of the day, and I say this all the time, please listen carefully. It's all just information. It's all just information. Everything that Angela went through was information alerting her to something else that she needed to know. Whether it is something that's uncomfortable in your experience, an interaction that didn't go well, something that you saw on TV that triggered you, a pain in your side, it's all just information. And it is for you to decode that information. And you may not be able to do it in the moment, but in stillness, you are able to dissect these things and figure them out and then integrate them and make them a part of the bigger, badder version of you. So it's all just information, and it's for you to figure it out. And with that, Thank you for joining us. Stay fresh, cheese bags, and bye-bye.
Thanks for watching this episode of Going Commando with Angela and Dana, brought to you by Phenom Publishing.